These are the brand new 2012 Yamaha VX Deluxe machines, brought to you by Skipper's Marine. Now available in either red or blue. The VX series has long been the premier watercraft in the PWC industry. It's the longest running, most successful one in history. It's a 3-seater. It is 110 horse, so speed-wise you're about 52 to 55 miles an hour. It does have, of course, a tow hook on the back. These are the deluxe models, so they have rear view mirrors as well as reverse and a reboarding ladder. So you can do anything you want on these guys. They can tow skiers, they can tow tubes, they can tow boats. You can fit 3 people, you can go pretty darn fast. They honestly will do anything you want them to. They are the most fuel efficient ones in the market. Nobody on the planet beats these guys in terms of fuel efficiency. And also in terms of reliability, they're extraordinarily easy to take care of, which is one of the biggest reasons they've been the best-selling personal watercraft for 6 years in a row and going into number 7. They hold 15.9 gallons of gas, and they prefer 87 octane. They don't want high tests, so it's actually quite fuel efficient to run these guys. They don't care for the expensive gas, which is always nice at the pump. They have 15 gallons of storage, so plenty of storage space for ropes or buoys or fenders or some of the toys you might carry with you or purses or any of that kind of stuff. So tons of room, tons of space. Very, very easy to control, great all-around family watercraft. Let's get into some of the features. First thing I think it's nice on an entry-level watercraft especially is you do have a reboarding step, and this is pretty darn rare on an entry-level one. But you have a little step right here, very easy to get up, get your knee on, and from there you can go into the large reboarding step and then use the hand grip right back here and pull yourself out of the water. So very easy to get on and off the craft. Having said that, bear in mind, it's very difficult to get off the craft if you don't want to. It's almost impossible to flip these guys. They are incredibly stable, very, very, very hard to turn over. In fact, I try to turn them over, and I'm unable to do so. So very, very reliable, very stable. Even when you have 2 or 3 folks on there, you don't have to worry about leaning the wrong direction or any of that stuff. It is very hard to mess up on these. They're very easy to drive. On the dash, it's a very simple system. You have your RPM gauge over here, an all digital display. You've got your fuel gauge. You've got a warning light for any temperature, overheat, anything like that. And you've got your L mode switch. And L mode is your limited situation. You have a little remote control push button. You can press your lock button and actually lock your machine, which is your security mode, and that's this slide over here. Basically, in that case, no one can start your machine. Walk away from it, lock it. Absolutely no one, with the exception of a Yamaha dealer, can ever start your machine again. In L mode, you can hold in that lock button until it beeps 3 times, and your machine is now limited to about half performance. So rather than going the full 55 miles an hour, now it does about 35, and your acceleration is slowed down. So it's great for kids, grandkids, people who've never ridden on a machine before. It's a very handy way to kind of get used to the system before it rockets off on you. Also in the front, of course, you've got your dual mirrors. Very handy when you're towing, and of course a requirement for towing in a lot of states. Now on the handlebars themselves, it couldn't be easier. You've got your standard pull grip. Acceleration over here. On the left hand side, you've got start and stop, and then your lanyard where you pop in your safety lanyard. In front of the handlebars, you've got a small storage area, which has a built-in shelf space as well as 2 cup holders, so awfully handy. Got plenty of space in there. And then the main amount of storage is actually in front. And on the right-hand side, you also have reverse. Nothing to it. Pull it straight towards you to engage the reverse. Push it straight down to go forward. In front of this cockpit area, you've actually got a very large storage space. Again, there's 15.1 gallons of total storage everywhere. But this is plenty of room for the cover of the machine. The yellow spot is for your fire extinguisher, as well as life jackets, rope, fenders, buoys, whatever you'd want to put up there. You also have on the left-hand side your fuel fill, and again, 87 octane, takes 15.9 gallons, and it runs wide open about 4.5 gallons an hour. So very, very fuel efficient for any personal water. New for 2012, this custom metallic paint is really sharp. It looks to me like the same metallic paint they've been using on the 2009, 2010 FCR and FCS series. The red is a really pretty deep crimson, and the blue is a really deep kind of purpley blue. This is a far cry from 2008 and before VX Deluxes, which had kind of, plain and, I don't hesitate to say, boring paint schemes. These are phenomenal. Very, very deep, very rich colors. The metallic has a really nice sheen to it. This is really, I think, the best VX that I've ever made. A very, very good looking machine. And they've also got new graphics, so updated kind of an aggressive design. And one thing I really like is this two-tone seat with this kind of carbon fiber look built into it. And it also has a bit of a scoop for the drivers and passengers. So it's actually something of a beveled seat, which is kind of nice as far as stability is concerned. It'll actually serve to hold you in place. Now, on the rear of the machine, you've actually also got a couple different hand holding options. The third person can, rather than holding the person in front of them, can hold this hand grip over here, or can use these as hand grips, which is awfully handy. Internally, once you take the seat off, the VX Deluxe is pretty much all engine. It's very, very easy to get to and work on everything on this motor. It's a phenomenally reliable machine. If you're doing anything to this machine, it's going to be changing your oil, changing your spark plugs, and changing your battery. That's really all we ever do to them. Your spark plugs are located right here underneath your coils. Your oil is located in here, and do check your user manual on how to check it, how often to check it, and how to change it. A lot of people make a mistake on this one, but it's very easy to do once you know what you're doing. One handy thing with Yamaha is you do have a built-in flush port right here. So if you ever take your machine to the saltwater, you can come home, hook up your garden hose, and flush the whole thing out with water, which is awesome. Your battery compartment is located down here. And other than that, nothing to it. Very, very, very simple system. Hides nicely under the seat. There are no moving parts that are accessible by human hands. So you never have to worry about dropping anything in here or getting a finger cut or anything like that. I'd also say, for the most part, as far as servicing the machines, man, 100-hour intervals, and really, oil change, spark plug change, it's a filter change, that's about it. They're phenomenally reliable. They're super easy to use, and other than the occasional sucked up rope or somebody running to the shore, there's almost nothing that can go wrong in these guys. So there you have it, the newly redesigned, very nicely colored 2012 Yamaha VX Deluxe series, brought to you by Skippers Marine.